What's going on, everyone? My name is Nick here at ClickUp, and today I want to talk about creating new tasks inside the ClickUp platform. Seeing as tasks are the lowest end of the hierarchy, this is where we really get into the nitty-gritty part of our workflow and start actually delivering on certain objectives so we can deliver on overall projects in given spaces. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it and talk about how to create a new task inside ClickUp. So in order to create a new task inside ClickUp, we're going to have to start off by coming to the top right hand side of the screen and clicking on the purple box labeled New Task. And once we do this, it's going to pop up a new window on the right hand side of the screen where we can start inputting important information for our given task. So as always, we usually start off by giving our task a title. So in our given case scenario, we're going to be focusing on creating a task for a messaging feature on our mobile app. So in this case, we'll just name it Messaging Feature. So once we've done this, we can start inputting other important information related to our given task. In this case, we're going to focus first and foremost on the status of the task. Now, by default, ClickUp is always going to set the task as open at the first start. And the reason for this is that most tasks begin in the open phase of your current status workflow. However, you have the right to change it right off the bat and choose which one would fit for you. In this case, setting this messaging feature is going to be pretty important, and we're going to be prioritizing this. So I'm going to mark it as in progress because I'm going to jump in right ahead on this after I create the task. Along with this, we can choose one or more signees depending on which Click apps we have selected. So in this case, we can select myself, and I'm going to go ahead and add Big Head as well. So once we've done this, we have assignees given to the task. Along with this, we can choose a variety of other different Click apps and different watchers on our given task. So I'll go through one by one and look at these. So for example, we can edit the tags of our task. These are ways to label and mark our overall task. In this case, we'll give it the mobile app tag, seeing as that's what we're focused on. And along with that, we can set priorities. In this case, this isn't an urgent priority, but this is something definitely that's on high priority. We really want to get this developed by the end of the month. So not only will we set this as a high priority, but along with that, we're going to set an official due date. So we're going to go here to pick a date, and we're going to select November 30th to get it done by the end of the month. And along with this, we're going to set some watchers. Now, watchers are people who are either participating in the task or people who you want to generally watch over it. So we can come here to the watchers. Seeing as we have Big Head as an assignee, we're going to put him as a watcher. And then also, we'll put Guilfoyle as well, just to watch over and see if things are getting done. So we've put in a lot of important information for our given task. However, there's a few components that we haven't touched on yet. And a big one is positioning. We haven't positioned where we want our task inside our given workflow, and ClickUp isn't going to magically know about it. So we have to give it a sense of organization, a sense of positioning. So we're going to come down here to the list, and we're going to select which list we want to put this task under. Well, first off, we have to start off at the project level. In this case, we're going to select development, and then for simplicity's sake, we'll select front end. So now that we've done this, we've selected which list we want our task to be under. However, ClickUp is going to need another piece of information. Now, by default, it will choose a position for it. However, it wants to know whether or not we want to have it ahead of a previous task that we have in this given status bar of this list, or if we want to have it behind it. So what do I mean by that? Well, in this case, we can see that it's positioned 2 out of 2, which means that under the in-progress status bar of the front-end development list, we can see that there's already a task here, Bootstrap Responsive JS. So it's asking us whether or not we want to position it ahead of it or behind it. Now, to some people, this doesn't really matter, but it's good to prioritize and put the more important ones above the other tasks. So if this is more of an important, task that we're trying to, complete, in this case, implementing a very important feature that we want, we're going to go ahead and select 1 out of 2. So it'll position it ahead of the previous task in that status bar. So now that we've done that, we can also add descriptive features with our rich text editor. So in the rich text editor, we can do all kinds of cool things. I'm not going to cover over all of them. We do have a great video on our docs that shows all of the features within the text editor toolbar. But along with this, we can do many cool things. We can set headings, we can bolden our text, italicize the text, strike through our text, do different types of lists. We can add images, attachments, links, and we can also turn our text into quotes or code. So there's all kinds of really interesting things we can do. We can even highlight our text as well to really emphasize on certain portions of our given description. So again, the description is a great way to add some extra details to your task and help sure that assignees have certain information. Along with this, we can set subtasks as well. So let's say, for example, that on our given task, we're going to have 3 different sort of subtasks that we need to complete in order to complete the overall messaging feature. So all we have to do is things like step 1. We can press enter and go to the next one, step 2, and step 3. And of course, you can get much more detailed with this, and later on, you can hop into those individual subtasks and provide the same level of details that you do on an overall task in those given subtasks. So again, adding almost an extra layer to the hierarchy in order to complete that overall task. We can also as well add attachments. So if we come here to click on the browse, or we can drag and drop, we can get a file that we want to add to our overall task. So in this case, I uploaded a photo of the Rocky Mountains. And after that, we just simply click Create Task. Now, we can also do another thing as well. We can choose to come down here to the ellipses icon and click Create and Open. Now, if we create and open, this means that we're going to create the task and we'll be able to open it as well right after creating it. We can also create another, which means that once we create this, it's going to bring up the same window and we'll be able to create another after that. So we'll be able to start from scratch. And then along with that, we have create and duplicate. Now, what does this mean? So we'll be able to create the task that we've already created and typed in right here, but along with that, it's going to duplicate the same input information that we've already selected for the previous one we just submitted, so we can create another one as well and maybe make some small modifications. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that one because that's one of the more important ones. So now our new task has been created, and now we can create a task with a lot of the same exact details that we just created. All we have to simply do is give it a new task title. So again, task creation inside ClickUp is extremely streamlined. And as you can see, we already have our task right here with all the information that it needs. So again, inside ClickUp, we want to make sure that tasks, seeing as they're the important part of our workflow where we actually start getting down to work on what we need to do, is not only simple, but streamlined as well. And there's a lot of other great ways inside ClickUp you can create tasks. You can create a task right here next to given labels on a given list. And you can enter in all the same information and get more detailed once you enter into the task view window. As well as that inside board view, we can go about creating a new task based off its status. And we can drop down and create a new task. Well, everyone, that's how you create tasks inside the ClickUp platform. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any comments, questions, or concerns about the topic or another topic related to ClickUp, please feel free to leave a comment down below or contact us personally at help@clickup.com. We're always here to help. Anyways, everyone, that's it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Stay tuned.